Anytime I get a certificate, I update my records and I liaise with the Education Directorate. So I personally went there to introduce myself to the director at the time and told her, I have gone for this training, and per the training, I have been made a GNAT resource person for English for Central Region. And so when it came to workshops, the Education District liaises with my school and I go out. I added these certificates anytime I was going for promotion. It was part of my certificate. And I dare say, if you avail yourself to these programs that organizes for 8 members and you really participate, you will get the benefit of the certificate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Does that answer your question? We don't want you to go with whatever. They've all contributed. We contributed. Are you okay? Solid. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah. Okay, so Mommy wants to add. Mommy, are you
Okay.
This thing doesn't. It's
okay?
working. Hello.
Hi.
Good morning, everyone. You see, on this question of academic development or excellence, at times I say things that are a bit controversial. But I've heard all the discussion in this room talking about the bigger picture. The bigger picture. If I understand my lady's issue, she's sort of trying to say that they go for all these, take advantage of all these programs. But at the end of the day, it is this thing, the paper. Unfortunately for us in Ghana, we are still working in a system where assessment is normally done through paperwork. So whatever courses and so on you take, you try to get the certification. As my sister said, you try to pile up your certification and so on. But at the same time, as you decide to go out of GES, because at a point in time, you decide that you're not going to spend your whole life in GES. Some employer, somebody might ask you for paper. You might cite all the courses you have attended, but he will still ask for some recognized paper, recognized certificate. I don't know, but the point is that whilst we do all these things and whilst you go through a training college and all that and getting the certification, for some of us, the initial paperwork, the initial training college certification becomes a problem. I think the question is, how do we do that? Why do some people go through the training college for 4 years and so on, and at the end of the day, is it at the end of the final exam that they have a problem, or for every year's exam and looking at their assessments? At the end of the 4th year, you should be able to put all your records together and be able to come up with a certificate. But in this situation, that certificate is very important. And I would always tell my ladies that don't let it work out and seem that we're doing a special dispensation for ladies. Otherwise, all the work we are talking about, empowerment and so on, the men will come back and tell us that, after all, you are a woman, so they gave it to you on a silver platter. It's true. All this empowerment and so on we are fighting for, it isn't that anybody gives us handouts. We want to be able to get up and say that I earned it, I did it. Nobody gave it to me on a silver platter. So we have to work for it. We have to work for it. Maybe, I don't know whether it's the writing or
Madam, I have an issue.
a psychological problem when it comes to writing the exam. But there's something that is not going right That gives us a problem. Because I know many of you have been doing second-degree course. You're doing all sorts of things since we started talking about academic improvement. A lot of you have taken advantage. Online courses, whatever it is. But make sure that the course you are taking online is accredited. Because there are so many courses going around that are not accredited. So you waste your time and your money, you go and register, and at the end of the day, they'll tell you that we don't know about this institute. Madam, just to end, there's something, I don't know, but this is what will cause the controversy. Recently, I've been hearing the Minister of Education saying that, oh, they are going to stop the licensure exam. Yeah. They want to stop the licensure exam. And integrate it at the end of the
curriculum.
When you have finished the...
Please, silence.
Well, whatever it is, if you do it every year before you come out of training college, you will still need a paper to show that you have been licensed as a professional teacher. And back to basics. We said that GNAT is a group we stand on two legs. We stand on the professional leg and we stand on the union leg. We cannot stand on one leg. And you will need the professional leg. When you are going to negotiate, you will need the professional leg. Because somebody can get up and say that at the end of this year, looking at all the colleges of education, how many of their products came up with first class or second class? I mean, what can you say for me to say that I should give you more money? The professional leg is very important. So don't let's play with it. I am passionate about this thing because I was among the number of people in the Africa region when we started talking about recognition, professional recognition. It's happening in some of our other countries that teachers have to produce a professional certificate. Just as lawyers, you take the school exam, but then you go to the law school and you come out with a professional certificate. If you're going to work in somebody's country as a teacher, before you go, they don't care whatever university you have gone to. Where is the paper that says that you are a professional teacher? And when you go and they employ you, every year or every 2 years, you will take a professional exam. So I think that one is something that we have to fight against. As a professional association, we have to fight against this thing that is going to be introduced. For all that you know, this sort of method they're using might even decrease the numbers that will come out. At the end of the year, they might say that this year these people didn't pass, so we don't even need to pay them. So let us look at it.
Doc, before you continue, Lady Mercy also wants to add her voice.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you very much, Madam. And Doc, sorry you have been standing there for that long. Because when it comes to gender issues, a lot of us have a lot to say. I don't know, the policy document, I don't know whether it's finalized or the input we are putting in is to help come out with the final document. But in this case, I want to say something. We are talking about ladies competing with men and to secure positions with regards to other offices, your professional area, or even the union. But in that document, I want us to understand, Madam Gifty got up and said something, that in all you do, look within. It is when you finish looking within, then you come and look without. Among we the ladies, even in competing for the position, we need to look within. That the woman that wants a position, one, you are competing with the men, and two, you are struggling among your colleague ladies. What am I saying? The issue is, if we are to stand for a position in this room, One will be for me to compete with a man. The other one is to be able to curb my fellow women, not to condemn me to take that position. And I think in the document we should add sensitization among the ladies to understand our positions, because we are already marginalized within our social life. And so we need to look at that area. And the other issue is, if we are to come for that position, yesterday they were talking about positioning yourself to take up a responsibility. So how are we going to look at that? One, we will need to understand that in that position that you are coming for, after you have left, your colleague ladies will be interested in that position. Therefore, how will I carry myself so that when I exit, the lady that is coming will not be condemned because I have come there and I've actually blocked other people from coming. And so if the document is not concluded, I will think that some of these things should be looked at, and then sensitizing we the women to understand our position. Already we are we are disadvantaged by the society we come from. And then the other is how we will carry ourselves within us as women to occupy that position. I want to add this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lady Mercy. Doc, you can go on.
Thank you. So,
Okay, so Madam Gifty also want to add her voice.
This is an advice to all of us. We have students who are in the colleges of education. We have teachers who have failed referred papers. When you are referred and you go back to write a paper, you write the paper with a different cohort. It is not your cohort that you are writing the paper with. And because you are writing with a different year group, that is what it means by the cohort, you will have to write back to the university and tell them that you have been referred in this paper and I have written it with this year group. This is my index number in that year group, and this was my index number in my year group. So you have mandated them to go and look for your results and carry them back to your year group. It was a big job for me when I was serving on the university board, because when I go around and I talk, they come with their names and everything. I go early, sometimes one day to the meeting, go to the institute, and they will bring out all the files and we will look at all those things, correct them before the meeting day. Not everybody can do it. So what we should tell our younger ones is that if you are in any institute and they refer you in any paper and you write the paper, don't just assume that it is the duty of the institute to upgrade you. Write back to them and say, I was in this year group, I was referred in this paper, I wrote with this year group, these are my results.
And when it comes to examination, I'm not able to make it. Is that not the case? Exactly. Now, the issue with that, Auntie Irene has said a lot. We cannot have a paper on a silver platter. We say we need to be empowered. We need to do this. A time will come when you will definitely have to show a paper of a sort. And so, having gone through the College of Education for years, what is it that is affecting us or preventing us from not being able to succeed in the examination? I don't want to use the word failure. Why are we not able to succeed in the examination? And that is something that we will have to work at. Otherwise, a day will come when you provide a certificate and they will tell you, wait until we are done with these certificates. We don't want our certificate to be a second-hand certificate. It shouldn't be so. Otherwise, as ladies, in as much as we are fighting for things, a day will come when people will look down upon us because we would want to have everything on a silver platter. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So that please you can.
All right. So on the topic of I get where we are all coming from, and thank you so much for your contributions. Because the truth is that you don't want somebody, I mean, there are certain schools that you would not want your child to even attend, because when they attend the school, somebody will tell you, oh, memma onko school, because they don't teach them, they give them the apport to write exams and all of that. And so you don't want to degrade the value of what we are getting. But I think they've all said so much. And so where our advocacy should be coming in is to actually look at the learning and the way people recall information. And so being able to, identifying the challenges that are specific to the people. Are these people that learn differently? Are these people that recall things differently? And I think part of the, because the exam, they have to write. And so it's just about making sure that they are positioned to succeed. So with respect to that, what I hear, our elders and people saying is that how do we position the ladies within GNATLAS not to write something more simple, but get the ability, position them to be able to succeed? Does that mean that we have to, support them with extra learning, whatever? Does it mean we have to Does it mean that we have to teach them in a way? How I used to recollect things in school, like you from GNATLAS, this is how I remember when this question comes, whatever. How do we position people to succeed so that it doesn't take away from the quality of the exam and the paperwork that the 280,000 plus people are supposed to have? So the advocacy will be on that side and not so much on, lowering the standard, keeping the standard, but bringing the people up so that they can meet the standard. So that's where our advocacy will be. With respect to what my lady was saying, she was asking about, competing with men and empowering and all of that. I think that in terms of Pillar 2, we spoke about advocacy and representation. We spoke about the fact that, not only is it outside, and it's, I don't know her question, but I think she's off a bit. Yes. You were asking about, competing with men. And I was saying that Pillar 2 speaks about advocacy and representation. And this goes beyond GNATLAS policy, because it's even now, like the Gender Equity Act in Ghana is talking about making sure that there's a minimum by 2026, 30% in leadership position and all of that. So the document talks about institutionalizing pathways to make sure that the women they are positioned to do that. Because like Madam Gifty said, you don't want to push them in the position just because you want 30%. You want to make sure that they are there, they can succeed. And so the advocacy and representation pillar actually captures how do we develop people, and the truth is, whether we like it or not, I mean, it's harder to change mental attitudes of other people. It's about also developing the resilience and the capacity of the people who are going for those positions. How do we develop the capacity and the resilience? Even when people say this, once you know what is in you, you go for it and all of that. And that is captured under Strategic Pillar 2 on advocacy and representation.
Please, are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Madam, Lady Amanda wants to make a statement.
Thank you. Please, good morning to you all. Concerning the discourse, I saw in the presentation theory of change. And it's my heartbeat.
Please Madam, go to the theory of change.
Yes. Research has said that, okay, so let me wait a little so that he goes to theory of change. Hello. We need theory of change. Or I could still speak to it because I know exactly what is on my mind. My question and contribution is that usually research have said that change comes with resistance. And we need more representation. We have said that by certain years we should have certain representation and all that. Anytime that we go through any form of education, knowing that if you want to change from one setting to the other, bearing in mind that resistance that comes with change, that is the reason why I'm on my feet. We are women, we already want to believe that there is a status quo that prevails. That, oh, this is how it is done always. Now we are also being beckoned to take up responsibilities and roles because we want more representation. Barring the fact that it should not be on a silver platter, I also believe so in that same principle, that it should be on merit. However, what I want us to juxtapose with your help as a resource person here is, knowing that there is a theory of change, and I believe and buy into all that is there, but we are dealing with women with individual differences, which also believes in the fact that change will come with certain resistance. How would you fill our gaps for us in the quest of the theory of change presentation you did for us this morning? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam. And so in the presentation with the theory of change, we spoke about things that need to be in place. We spoke about, the national policy support and all of that, which we have, right? We also spoke about things like mentorship. What prevents people from going to, Madam Amanda? What prevents somebody from saying, I know, Lady Duncan, you are very busy, but is it possible to talk to you once a month about how the pathways I can get? What prevents, and we've spoken about it in the document, we've spoken about mentorship, not just any mentorship, but structured mentorship opportunities. Why can a regional, chairperson not mentor, some of the district chairpersons and so on? Why can't we cascade mentorship as a model down? That is a model that we're using in this policy. A mentorship model where you basically handhold, because in terms of the individual differences, we have spoken in the policy handbook, we've spoken about given training, given, whatever trainings people need. But in terms of the individual differences, that is where the mentorship comes in, where you say that, oh, Nana seems to have maybe more confidence, but she seems to lack this and that skill. And that is where the structured mentorship project comes in, where we look at certain people and we structure mentorship down so that they can basically handhold people who are interested to get up. Give them certain opportunities so that they can test their skills in a safer forum. And then if they realize that this is something that they like to do, it can be done. So that is part of mentorship and, tweaking it to suit the different personalities that are involved. Does that answer your question?
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc. We have had enough. And we are very grateful, very, very grateful. We salute you for the good work you have done.
Thank you so
much. Okay. So, ladies, we can... doctor. Oh, we can't sit. Who is wasting? GNATLAS, we love you. GNATLAS, we love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are grateful. Please, let's resume our seats. Thank you very much. We are very grateful. Okay. GNATLAS. GNATLAS. GNATLAS, GNATLAS, GNATLAS. Good. So we cannot leave here without having a resolution for this national roundtable. I'll invite the shy lady. She's very shy, so please don't worry her. She's Lady Sally and the regional coordinator for Greater Accra. The shy lady. Don't be shy, okay? Don't look at their faces, okay? Good.
I'm very shy. Mommy, if they are doing this, I'll cry. Oh. Okay. Good morning, ladies. So the resolutions being presented are resolutions gathered from all the 10 regions from our roundtables, and per NAT's rules and regulations concerning resolutions. The resolutions are presented to a committee, and this committee for our national roundtable conference was made up of 3 members: myself, the Northern Regional Coordinator, and the Eastern Regional Coordinator. And I, being the chair, I am doing the presentation on behalf of the 3 of us. Please. Please, this is a serious part of the conference, because whatever we presented here, if it's accepted at the national level, it has an impact on how we run our wing as a ladies' society. So let's please take it seriously. So the first resolution, that regional GNATLAS coordinators be made one automatic of the 2 female delegates to national conference, since they are the female leads to the region. This one is self-explanatory. We are saying that when you come to the region and you are looking for the female wing or the female leader, the person that will be called upon is the regional GNATLAS coordinator. So if we need somebody to represent females at conference, it is better, or it is right, for the regional GNATLAS coordinator to be given one of the slots, and then the second slot now contested for by another female to join her. Okay. That government should, please, do we agree with this? Okay, thank you. That government should make available crèches in various clusters of schools to enable female teachers do the 6 months exclusive breastfeeding as stipulated in the World Health Organization's regulations. Okay. That the NAT female bursary amount should be increased and expanded to include master's program. We are here and we are wearing our NAT cloth, but we are saying we are NATLAS. So one of our resolutions is that NAT should print a common cloth for NATLAS.
Hello. Hello. That the NAT Cancer Fund be increased by 100%, and that the age limit of teachers who seek treatment and their children, the age limit of children of teachers seeking treatment at the facility should be increased to 25 years. We came up with that based on the policy that is being run now. If your child is 18 years and has cancer, the child would not be above 18 would not be treated at the facility. But most of us agree that as at 18 years, our children are still not working. So we are pushing for that, so that at least by 25 years, the child is working. If there's anything from 25 below, the Cancer Fund will take care of that for us. That NAT should establish guidance and counseling units at all levels of the union, except the locals, of course. This will enable us to solve most of our socio-psychological problems we are encountering. We have a confidant or a place we can go and be guided, so that we will not have the rate of suicides and depressions and teachers not knowing who to talk to when problems arise. Do we agree with this? Okay. We as teachers within this hall, we are saying that NAT should develop database of teachers with special needs and involve them in union activities at all levels. Not only females, but then all teachers. When we look in this hall, I want to believe that there are some of our colleagues who are special needs within our schools and our various unions, locals, and various ranks within the union. But because we don't have the database, when we are calling for such conferences, we don't know what percentage to apportion to them to come. But if that database is there, we'll be able to apportion that teachers with special needs, we are giving them maybe 5–10% to be within our conferences to contribute their quota. Say something that will be in the interest of the people with special needs. Please, do we agree with this? Okay. And we are saying NAT should train GNATLAS coordinators at all levels. And when we say all levels, from the locals through to the regionals, we are saying that they should train us in proposal writing to enable coordinators work well with other organizations. You know, within here, when we are organizing our programs, we often go around seeking for sponsorship. And sometimes we don't know how to go about it. But if we are trained, it will help us know how to work with other organizations and how to seek sponsorship. So, do we agree with this? Okay. So, all 8 resolutions so far have been adopted by this House. And no. Okay. So, I move all 8 resolutions be adopted by this House for discussion. Sorry.
Thank you very much, my shy lady. Your point 2. The point 2, where we are saying government should make available crèches in the various clusters of schools. It has to be reworded. Either government supports NAT or NAT collaborates with government, because we cannot give instructions to government. That is my suggestion. Then the NAT Cancer Fund, even though we are saying it should be increased by 100%, what will be the absolute figure? 10 cedis. Colleagues, that is woefully inadequate. To be honest with you, the cancer center is now a one-stop shop cancer treatment center. And in the whole of, is it Africa or West Africa? It is only NAT that has that facility. Government even wanted to have a PET scan. Government couldn't do it. At Kolebu, at Konfuanochi, but NAT has been able to secure all that. Colleagues, we didn't have it on a silver platter. Some of the machines there are even old that have to be changed. We have our members going through the sessions on treatment. The NAT is heavily indebted to the cancer center. Now let me explain something to you. If you bought a taxi and gave it to a driver to make sales for you, and every day you ask the driver, go and pick my wife to the market, go and do this, go and do that, at the end of the day, will you get the sales you expect if you don't pay? So even though the center is ours, even if we produce the drugs, the center will have to buy raw materials. And that has to do with a lot of cost. Treating cancer, I don't know if Prince is here. It's so much. It's so much. And even if each member pays 20 Ghana cedis, I tell you, we cannot settle, NAT cannot settle its indebtedness. Treating cancer alone, you see, the former General Secretary, Mr. Achempo, always made a statement. We are thinking of how to benefit. And if you think you are paying money and you have to benefit, the only way to benefit is to contract the disease. I don't think any of us would want to go through that. But it is something that would definitely happen to some of us. You don't know. We are helping one another so that together we'll be able to treat our members who unfortunately contract the disease. Even if we pay 30 cedis, 40 cedis, or we could even make it in percentage terms, where at the end of the day, nobody will approach you again and say that we need to increase that amount. And that will be the best. Nobody comes to you again. Otherwise, at the end of the day, our members will be there and they cannot be treated well. But we want our members to go through the sessions and survive it. So please, the 100%, you don't increase things by 100%, but look at the absolute figure. 10 cedis, I beg you. Now that during the last conference, under my leadership, all of you who were in the conference agreed that we bring on board retirees. They are no more contributing. We will have to contribute for them because they contributed and did not benefit. Unfortunately, after retirement, they have contracted the disease. And we are going to pay for them. And because it doesn't cover only the member, once you contribute, it covers your child, which we are praying doesn't happen, your spouse, and the retiree. So for each member, the 10 cedis you want to pay should cover how many people? Times the number of NAT members. Let's look at it. I want to beg you. Let's look at the amount in terms of rate. If we can do that. Otherwise, I am afraid we will not be able to manage the center well, and it will be a disgrace to NAT and all of us. When you finish, I have other points to add.
Conference, we are also the highest decision-making body in GNATLAS. Whatever we agree here is binding on our members. Okay. So let's take note as the submissions are being made so that we'll take a decision.
Let me inform you, some of us are advocating. And so when GNATLAS presents this to the conference, they will not agree. We have worked behind the scenes, I'm telling you. Because we need to make the center work. We need to make the center work.
Let's help ourselves. Thank you. GNATLAS.
Women Power Union.
We need a response. At this very meeting, constitutionally, and per the rules of engagement, the president is not here. And I double as president in this meeting. We are not riding parallel with NAT to override the powers of NAT. Let us have that understanding. The information to help our former president that I bring on board in this meeting, in this roundtable, is that NAT itself, as a holistic body that all of us are under its umbrella, is going to have a major decision on the mutual health insurance scheme. So I wish that it is too early in the day for NATLAS to try to play the role of NAT. Let us get it so clear. We cannot override the powers of NAT. We are under the umbrella of NAT. Please, I hear you are murmuring. Get me right. And let me establish myself. In the 2022 National Delegate Conference, that former president exited and gave way for some of us to come into the seat. The conference gave us 2 mandates. One of the mandates was to establish a university for NAT. And now the university, NAT Institute for Research and Industrial Relations, is established. In the 5-year strategic document, it is also embedded that the other mandate of conference is to establish the mutual health insurance and housing scheme. This was a decision by conference. The reason why I'm saying that NATLAS cannot make certain decisions at this forum, because we come under the umbrella of the bigger NAT, and we should be careful. If we tread cautiously, we'll get it right. So please, all that I'm saying is that it is the duty of NAT as a body to be able to institute the mutual health insurance and housing scheme. Within this period, those counselors that are in our midst can attest to the fact that NAT has brought Mr. Kwame Mpianin, the one who established the Teachers Fund for NAT, to be able to do a presentation on the mutual health insurance scheme that is going to embed other ailments to have a holistic mutual health insurance scheme. If this information comes to us at NATLAS at the round table, then we should be able to absorb that we are not only looking at, NAT is not only looking at cancer, because how many of us want to attract cancer, just as the former president asked? None of us. But we have other urinary issues, we have other things other ailments that we want to absorb. And so all of us who will be represented at conference, the main conference coming in 2026, if you are fortunate to be a delegate here, you are representing 500 people, right? If you are a chairman or like a regional chairman, she is a constituent and not a delegate. And so what we want to say is that we will all take the issue to conference. Professor Frimpong Boateng is also involved with Mr. Kwame Mpianin. If you hear this renowned name, you know that if he has been able to establish the Teachers Fund for us, they are also able as consultants to help NAT establish a holistic mutual health insurance scheme. Ending my submission, I will make a humble plea. To this honorable house that we are doing a mutual health insurance scheme for all NAT members, and not only looking at cancer, because you have not contracted, I have not. We will do a whole mutual health insurance package. And so I will suggest that we can holistically look at it and scrap this very resolution and come under the bigger umbrella of NAT so that we can holistically look at the issue when we go for National Delegates Conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Madam, respectfully, we are not doing anything aside what NAT is doing. This resolution will be given to NAT. This is the concerns of ladies. If they want to absorb anything from our resolutions to theirs, they will do so. they can decide to add it or do away with it. So respectfully, we are not doing anything different from what NAT is doing. We will give our resolutions to them. If they want to absorb it into their resolution, fine. If you don't want to do it, they will do it. Thank you very much. Okay, so Madam Mercy wants to make a statement.
Okay, so thank you, Madam. The men, when they wear their smocks and they are roaming around talking, they know that it is always the woman in the room that tells them what to come out and say. And therefore, it is good that we go to conference as ladies with our resolutions. However, if they look at the attendance of today's roundtable, they will find that there is the vice president and second national trustee as part of the roundtable. Therefore, what information did they bring to the floor? And I think that is where the vice president is coming from. You can send your resolution, but it is also good that we give you that information. At council, we decided to hold on with the increment. In fact, we decided not to even put any amount there because of what conference may come out with. If we limit ourselves to an amount, then at conference, what happens? And so we can say it should be increased. But the amount we can decide to hold on that. That is just a contribution we are making. So that when Dr. Kwame Mpienim finished with his presentation, then conference will now come out with the amount and agree on the amount we should increase. They are all suggestions, we are all suggestions. Is that also? So we can take decision on it so that we can hold on or with that amount that you are putting there, so that because we are looking at even more than the amount you are putting. We are looking at more than the amount you are putting. However, roundtable cannot end without your own resolutions. Therefore, we can agree. Do we go by what we agreed as council, or you want to put your amount there? But look at what the former president said, that amount you are putting there may not be enough. And so for us to fit into the presentation that will come at conference, we can decide to leave the amount out, but you can put there, it should be increased. Therefore, it goes into what they will be bringing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll give the microphone to Lady Lily to also add her voice.
Let's finish with the cancer issue. They have to reword.
Okay. So we are going to reword what you have. So I'll give the microphone to Madame Philippa to tell us how to go about it. After that, we will work on it. Thank you.
Yeah, so I was talking about the first one, that government should support or not should. Then the other one, there is a suggestion that the cancer fund amount be increased. Leave the figure, leave the rate, whatever. Then when we get there, we'll see how things go.
Thank you. I'll come to you. Is it on the cancer? Okay.
Yes, please. My lady, you did explanation with that, with the clause, on the cancer. Why you think it should be increased and the age? But I think that we should reword it and bring the age bracket, as you did the explanation.
Yes. What I have here is a little different from yours. I stated the age bracket to 25 years.
That we should state it there so that
it's 25 years.
All right.
Thank you. Sally, let me help you. Madam Hayes has...
And I wept. When I got home, I couldn't eat the rest of the day. Because those who go there, most of them, if you take the percentage, 80% are women. 80% are women. And the stage they've gotten to, they are just being managed.
And that is the stage where the center spent a lot. Those of you who are delegates, my humble appeal is that when this resolution is laid before the House about the increments, we shouldn't think about today. Let us think about tomorrow. And let us all support the PET scan. I personally went there to have a look at it. And I went round. Sometimes those from the other regions, they are brought to our hostel in ambulances. It is a sad scene. So they are even putting up hostel at the center so that those from the other regions, when they come, it can house them. Currently, when they come, the center spends extra money to get accommodation for them. Can you imagine? My dear sisters, I'm appealing to us. When this issue is laid before the House, let us all support it. Because if it is not me today, it will be a sister tomorrow. Thank you very much.
So we have enough on the cancer fund. Let's move on to the other resolutions. And I'll give the microphone to Lady Lily. She has something to tell us.
Thank you, Madam Coordinator. My issue is with the bursary being
Increased and expanded to include
and then
the master's
expanded
program.
to do the master's program. Honestly, I have a problem with that because we are in collaboration with the CTF Canadians. They started with this program, and then we have an agreement with them. They started a program, and then they brought their conditions. And one of the conditions is that it should we run for those having diploma and masters, and not, diploma and degree, thank you, and not masters. They read everything about our education system. And they even know that in Ghana, I'm not sure as at now, GES gives steady leave with pay to those pursuing masters. They read everything about Ghana. So we can't, excuse me to use this word, we can't sit here and say that you should expand it to those reading masters. Maybe we can lobby. This could come but later. So in the meantime, we can lobby that they should increase the money so that we expand the number. Please, you get me? The number could be expanded, and then they should increase the money so that it covers lots of us, but not with the master's program. Thank you.
Thank you, Lady Lily. In that case, then,
Madam, I think fees have been
please,
increased.
please, let's be quiet and listen to the former president.
Fees or tuition fees have been increased. And ever since the bursary started, I don't know, maybe it was 1,000 cedis. So we will have to lobby for the amount to be increased. That is what I think. The 1,000 cedis now is woefully inadequate. So if the amount could be increased, I think I'll be happy with that. Yeah,
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. So,
please, on this resolution, where the committee was coming from is that now the entry level of GES is the degree, not the diploma. So if the degree, then we are now looking at, if it was diploma degree, then let's move it to degree masters. That is where this resolution came.
Hello.
please calm down. It will be resolved. Calm down.
I was part of the proposal writing. Hello. I was part of the proposal writing. Erasa wrote this proposal. And it was when they upgraded the colleges of education to diploma. And we had a lot of people, teachers, who were female teachers down there. And through the Nkabom program, Madam and myself visited some places in the Broahafu region. We went to a place and we were looking for someone to even give the bursary to or some help. We sat down waiting for the person, and the person, when Madam called her, "Where are you?" He said, "Let cat make pum pum." And when she came, we said, "Let cat make pum pum." What is the meaning? Then she moved her sandals and showed us that it was her sandals that were torn. And while the lady was teaching, anybody who could speak good English would not go there. And because of that program now, that woman is holding masters. Yes. We don't just give and we don't follow up. When somebody writes a proposal, that's why we say we should include proposal like this in your case. If you think that you need for masters now, then you write new proposals and look for money. For this program, some of them are retirees. The Canadians, majority of them are retirees who are giving us their money to sponsor this program. We have lamented that there are some people who have failed referred papers. We could still write back to them and say that we want to use this project to include those teachers so that they can rewrite their exams. Because now the basic qualification is a degree. Instead of chasing a certificate A, why don't we just go straight to now learn? So we could shift on to those people to help them to also upgrade. You understand? But you cannot vary the proposal in the middle of the whole thing. We are lucky that they have those female teachers in the rural areas upgrade themselves. So let us be careful. But if you want to appeal to NADAC, I'm part of the
Hello. Ladies, I hope we understand now. Yes, it means we have to write another proposal. But before then, let us propose. One. That is what we are proposing. Do you get it?
Please,
but
the other
we
levels
cannot
don't have
change the constitution. If we want to do that, then it means that there should be a constitutional amendment. And we don't have that mandate. We don't have that locus. But the constitution has stated clearly that, hello, each region should be represented by 2 females. And that is what we are pleading. That at least they should give 1 slot to us. So thank you very much for your understanding. Good. You can go.
GNATLAS Supreme, we need to tread cautiously for National Delegates Conference. So from the region, let's pray that this proposal or resolution we are presenting is adopted. Then when it is adopted, we look at how we replicate it. But if we want to put everything together, we'll be shooting ourselves in the foot. So let's tread cautiously. For now, let's take this one day. If it is approved and adopted that out of the 2 ladies from the region, one should automatically be the regional GNATLAS coordinator, that would be good for us. And then we see how we replicate it at the other levels. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mommy. We are grateful. Do you still want to add on? Okay.
Thank you very much. I have a concern here. Now, the concern is that we always vote for our regional coordinators during regional conference. So if the district GNATLAS coordinators are not delegates to the regional conference, how do we vote for our coordinators? Even though some females may be part, that means that you, the district coordinator or the district coordinators, we have no decision-making power. It depends on your district whether they want you to go or not. So it's a concern. Yes, we are not, and as we are here, I think that we should deliberate on it, because if regional coordinators are voted at the conference and district coordinators are not part of that conference, or the local coordinators are not part of district conference to vote for district coordinators, then I think that there's an issue.
My dear, come clear.
So, Madam,
I'm saying that.
Madam, yes.
I'm saying that.
Madam, please, I've gotten your point.
Okay.
So you are saying that what we are suggesting should be done at the national level should be replicated at all the levels. Please, we are ladies. Some of us will be in the National Delegates Conference. If that particular resolution is tabled and out of us we begin to argue, the men will throw everything away. So let's tread cautiously. One thing at a time. I beg you. One thing at a time, so that when it is laid or presented, we ladies will not start arguing that it should go to the district, it should go to the local and all that. Then the men will see that we don't even know what we want. I beg you. Let's tread cautiously. Finish with that one. We'll be having conferences, we'll be having meetings. Resolutions are not done only during conferences. When you even have your school, your unit meetings, you can come out with certain resolutions which will run through the years, and when it gets there, gradually. These constitutional issues we are seeing were not gotten on a silver platter. It went through a lot of process, and it got there. So if we want the regional coordinator to be an automatic member, in addition to another member, let's stick to that. Fight for it. Now we don't even know whether it's going to be approved or not. So let's tread cautiously. Get hold of that one. Then from there, we know how to tackle the other issues. Thank you.
Thank you, Mommy. One thing at a time. If we succeed next time, then we can work on the district coordinators as well. Okay, so let me hand over the microphone to our Mommy. She has a word for us.
Thank you very much. Sisters, colleagues, it's been a very interesting and a very vibrant time with us, with you. It's brought me a lot of memories. But since we are enjoying it, some of us have to leave. So I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas. And I'm sure I'll meet some of you. I'll come and visit you at conference. So I'm sure I'll see some of the faces there. So please stay focused. And please, please, I beg of you, don't let all this conference and all the empowerment and all the advocacy go to waste. When we go to national conferences, what I see, when the men are fighting for positions, then they manage to conscript all the women. And you see all the women following the men, and they are the election campaign managers. And then I wonder, at the end of the day, then we come and sit down and say that, then they are not voting for the women. Then the women are not getting positions. Then they are not doing this. If somebody wants a position, please analyze the situation. You want your numbers. You want to move forward. But nobody, even my friends here, will come and hold your hand and go and put you there and say that they tell the men, all of you come and vote for her. It won't happen. At least it hasn't happened in my life right now. But I hope it happens before my lifetime ends. So please, let us start from this conference. All that we are discussing, all the strategies, you should have a strategy for going to conference, please. You should have a strategy, especially for elections and something. Elections is not just getting up, I want this position, but study the environment. Study what is going on. Go back to your regions, consult, and look at the strategies that are coming up. Because at the end of the day, the regions all come to a consensus and see that the national positions, there are only what? Is it 5 or 6? There are only 5. Only 5 people can go at a time. So if for one position there are 3 people from the same region vying for that position, it might end up that that region will not even get one position. So please, look at your strategies well. And don't forget your women. Don't forget your women. If you vote, if the men see that you are confident, you are prepared, you have put your strategies together, they will just sit back and wonder, what happened to the women this time? But if it's the same old thing, going around and being campaign managers, you will always be campaign managers and you won't get few words. I want to wish all of you an enjoyable and peaceful Christmas season with your families. So see you again. Thank you very much.
Anya Azibia. Anya Azibia. Omo Manai. Anya Azibia. Anya Azibia. Anya Omo Manai. Let's be upstanding whilst Mommy leaves us. Mommy, ladies, we love you. 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 Thank you so much, Mommy. We are very grateful. We love you too. Please remain seated as we continue. Any question again on the resolution?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. What I have is a suggestion.
Hello, someone is on the floor. Thank you.
Please, what I have is a suggestion on our GNATLAS welfare and also the accounts. Some of us, this is our first time of being coordinators, and it's like 5% is allocated to each district from the grants. But it's usually difficult. And in Northern region, the female participation is very low. So I was thinking that maybe there should be the 5% separate accounts to the NATLAS, whereby the NATLAS coordinator in each district and the chairman and the treasurer should be signatory, so that at least when the grants is coming, since the NATLAS coordinator is not a district officer, to know when grants are coming in. And